Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And the lovely Hierophant to start us out. That is excellent. That is a very enduring card. This is some very strong energy. This is a lot of learning, but also a lot of cooperation. It feels like there's a lot of assistance going on here. But let's find out a little bit more about what this might be talking about. This is pretty nice here. We've got the Lover's card and the 10 of Pentacles. A lot of good, wow, more Taurus energy. With the Prince of Pentacles here. Interesting. Yeah, I'm getting a feel for what's going on here, but let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And this is just one card we select randomly. We're going to go ahead and put it underneath our frog. You know, I think I kind of like the name Kevin for that frog. And if anybody knows why Kevin might be very appropriate for a frog, if you're familiar with the channel, you might have a little bit of an edge. Let me know in the comments why you think that might be named Kevin. Just a possibility anyway. So the mystery card then hopefully is going to tie everything together, give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. Okay. Let's take a look at the energy that we have. Now, we have major, major, major. So we've got our trinity of major arcana, and it's right here front and center. We don't have to go looking for it. This divine energy is right here with us right now. We see some fire, quite a bit of fire actually. We see water coming at the end. We see some air as well. And we see the earth in these places here. It kind of feels to me like we are, we're kind of rejecting some help from someplace, maybe from this Taurus energy, all right? And I say rejecting because this Taurus energy is in the position of the card we don't want, right? So I don't know why we would be rejecting any kind of help or assistance. Maybe this is a kind of a pride thing, or this is like a, oh, the cat's here. Good news. Come on, you can jump up. Jump up here, it's okay. It kind of feels to me like there is something very important that we're doing. There's something that is leading to a lot of good things for you, right? We see that 10 of Pentacles in the near future here, right? This is tomorrow's energy. This is where we're headed, right? But we've got this moon energy to get through. It feels to me like we don't need any help. We don't want any assistance. We can do this. That fire energy that's down there with the princess and the 3 of Wands, this is kind of saying, I don't need your help. This is saying, I can do this on my own. And indeed, we have a 9 of Wands, more fire energy in the position of your environment or the relationship there too. So it feels to me like there is some kind of guidance, wisdom, some assistance, some help being offered to you. Maybe through subtle, indirect means. Maybe it is a spiritual support. Maybe it is an emotional support. Maybe it's literally somebody trying to say, hey, let me give you a hand with those. Let me help you carry some of this weight. I feel like we are choosing to say, no, thank you, I've got this. Right? But what we are doing is taking us through this moon energy. This is some unfamiliar territory for you. I think this is something that you're working on. The way it's moving forward, something that's never really, you haven't been through that before, it hasn't happened before, right? Because this is an unknown landscape. And perhaps this Taurus energy, it might be a Taurus person, okay? It could be, maybe not. I think that they are saying, hey, look, I've been there before. Let me kind of go through this with you so that you know what to expect, so that you're a little familiar with it. But I feel like you're saying, thank you, no thank you. Yeah. We got this fire energy. And the fire energy kind of says, I don't need any help, right? It's kind of like me with the cat. TT's trying to help with the reading. I'm saying, no thank you, I got this. I'll let her help, though. She likes to help. And maybe that's part of this thing here, too, is that we may not need the help. You may not want the help. Yeah, sure, what you're doing is quite unknown and unfamiliar to you, like this moon energy. And we don't need help. We really don't. We could do it. We got the fire. We're good. But maybe it's not so much for your sake that we would accept this assistance or this guidance or this mentorship. Maybe it's for the sake of this other person. Now, I don't know who they might be or where this supportive energy is coming from. It could be really from any realm. It could be a more spiritual thing. It could be assistance from the divine, right? And we're thinking, no, I'm going to do this on my own, something like that. It could be this kind of pride thing. It could be coming from a family member. We do see, TT, we do see this lover's energy, which is the Gemini energy. And interestingly enough, Gemini is your opposite sign. On this channel, I'm beginning to think it's very important that we all watch not only our sun, moon, or rising sign placements, but watch the opposite as well, right? So if you're a Sagittarius sun, watch the Gemini readings, right? Because we've been getting a lot of this, a lot of indication of the opposite sign here, with especially now, obviously front and center is this lover's energy. Now this could be maybe a Gemini thing. Maybe this is something that is talking about that alter ego, that shadow side, that the more unconscious thing, the kind of opposite of our ego or personality or our solar nature. And what I mean is, if initially you say, no thanks, I don't need any help, I've got this, I've got the fire energy, I've got very strong Sagittarius energy, don't need the help. Well, maybe we should do, it's kind of a George Costanza thing, maybe we should do the opposite of what that impulse is. What our first instinct is, just reject, say no. Maybe we should do the opposite, because see, this Lover's card is at the top. It's not underneath where the shadow or where the opposite sign would be, right? It's kind of the opposite of your sun sign. We would think that this would be down here, but it's not. It's up here front and center. So this is kind of saying, look, you need to embrace the opposite kind of impulse. So maybe this is about bringing this person, this energy, this Taurus energy, this Hierophant energy, maybe bringing it a little bit closer. Right? Maybe there is something beneficial to this partnership, mentorship, collaboration, whatever it might be, that is really going to lead you in the right direction, though our first instinct is to say no. We could be rejecting something out of this Princess of Wands energy. This is kind of that. This is kind of the prideful energy. This is someone who says, well, I mean, to be honest, I could kind of see a lot of my daughter in this card, right? She's at that age now where anything she's trying to do, I walk over to help her and she says, no, Dad, I can do it. I can do it myself, getting in and out of the car seat and that sort of thing. She doesn't want my assistance. Well, sometimes I got to be there to catch her, if she's going to slip or something. She likes to open doors now. That's really her thing. The big, like at the library, the big door, she likes to push it open. She doesn't want me to even touch the door. So I might have to just kind of lean my weight into it while keeping my hands where she can see them, So she doesn't think I'm helping. And I wonder if that's something going on here too. If there's this unseen assistance in your life. We might be thinking, here we are, Princess of Wands, and I didn't mean to compare you to a 3-year-old, by the way. Okay. We all have this kind of energy, right? Especially when there's something that really grabs us. We're this fired up about it, especially when this is the result. We kind of want to do it ourselves. I got it. I can do it. I have the energy. I have the will, the strength. I'm capable. But I feel like there's maybe an unseen hand here. Maybe there's somebody in your life that is offering assistance, that is helping you. We maybe aren't even aware that they've been kind of guiding things along or contributing to your efforts or just offering whatever assistance they can behind the scenes, maybe. Okay? Because we kind of see that here with this. The moon is kind of covering up the Hierophant. It may be a mystery where this assistance has been coming from, and it could just be some divine assistance, really. It could be that things are just kind of being put in your place when you need them, and you end up wondering, gosh, how did that happen? Where did that come from? I had a need, suddenly it was filled. Where did that come from? It came from this Hierophant. It came from your higher self, God, Goddess, Deity, universal mind, universal energy, ancestors, guardian angels, whatever you want to call it, manifesting through other people around. Could be a family member, could be a friend, could be a distant uncle or something that's just kind of been, helping you out here and there, keeping you out of trouble, so to speak. But I feel like if this was overt, you would reject it, because here we see the actual Taurus energy, a Prince of Discs, being rejected. It's in the position of what we don't want, right? And the difference between the Hierophant and the Prince of Discs is one of degree, really. This is a more archetypal energy, and this is a more practical, real world happening in our lives. We can shake the hand of the person, And this is a little bit more subtle, a little bit more still in the realm of ideas and archetypes. So I feel like if you knew this person was involved, you would say, no, I don't need your help. But since they're kind of behind this moon energy, I feel like they are subtly assisting in things. And it definitely could be a more spiritual energy. I'm getting a real spiritual vibe from this because of the major arcana, because we have all three of these, okay? It may be some ancestor energy coming through. It may be some guardian angel spirit guide kind of energy coming through, working through different people, right? Working through a stranger, a friend, a family member here, a coworker here. Your boss does something kind of out of the ordinary to further your work along, right? I feel like there are a lot of forces coming together here. And it may be the case that if we knew it was somebody that was directly saying, I'm going to help you, you would reject it. But since it's really still kind of a mystery, there's really no one that we can say no to, right? It's just kind of, it's happening. We don't know where it's going to manifest. I like that energy. I think that's a very good way to kind of bypass your automatic rejection of people doing things for you. I think you like to do things on your own. Now, I feel like this was something that you began recently. It's a new thing for you. I don't think this has ever really happened in your life before. You've got this Princess of Wands. This is maybe a new challenge, a new career, a new hobby or avocation or vocation, whatever it is, I kind of feel like it was like the opportunity was there and he said, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do that. That sounds really good, you know. And I feel like you started doing this work, and it's just kind of you're learning as you go, you know, trial and error. You're experimenting, and you're trying to do it all on your own. You want to learn. You want to push against the library door and see how heavy it is, and you know you're testing the real world. You know, it's like my daughter. I honestly think we can learn a lot from children, you know, especially at this age. It's every day I'm learning something from her. And I find that to be amazing. I love that. So it is, I think, something that really sparked an interest in you. Here's the Three of Wands. Now, the Three of Wands is beneath the surface. This is your knowledge of self. Right? This really is your kind of personal connection with spirit and with your own will. This is you really with a work ethic. This is what's kind of fueling you to say, I'm going to do this on my own. I don't want anyone to do it for me. I want to learn. I want to get the experience of this. Right? It's a 3. It's all about understanding. You want to understand the process of trial and error, of pushing against the boundaries of the real world and seeing what you're capable of moving and what you're maybe not capable of moving. It's a 3, so it's about creation. You want to be responsible for this yourself. You want to say, I did that. Yeah. You want to say, I did that. I opened that library door. And I think you're really being cheered on here. I think when you get that library door open, everyone's going to clap and say, "Well, good job," you know. And I think that's coming in the form that kind of the accolades are coming with this 10 of Pentacles in the future. Now, the 10 of Pentacles is, as I like to say, the picture of your best life. You're getting everything you want, physically, financially, right? Earth energy, but the earth energy contains all of the other cards. So not only is this a 10 of Pentacles, but within this is 10 of Swords. You've got all the knowledge, all the skill. 10 of Cups. You've got all the joy, all the satisfaction, all the love. And you got a 10 of Wands. You've got all the burden, right? All the will, all the creativity, all the authority here. You've got everything that you wanted. And this is, of course, the picture of what that would look like. If you had all those 10s, right, what would that picture look like? If I asked you to paint a picture of your best life, what would you paint or draw? Or, I don't know, whatever else, sculpt. Me, I'd probably make a list. So this is what we're working toward, right? And this, I think, is you really getting everything you want out of this experience. Right? Now, we could extrapolate out and say this is you getting everything you want in your life generally. But I think it's one fresh activity at a time. The opening of the library door. Everything that comes with that accomplishment, that's this 10. You've got the actual door open. Right? You now have some new knowledge about the world, about how doors move and weight and resistance and all this stuff. You have the pride and the love and it feels good to do it, you know. And then you've got the authority. Now you know that you're someone who can open doors. You've got that power. And you know now I can open doors if I want to. It's scary for me. Got to childproof everything again, you know. But I think that's fascinating. And I think that this is yet one instance of this. Because the 10s are not just the end of the game. This isn't like, oh, your life's perfect. Thank you. You're not going to need another tarot reading again. Well, after the 10, we circle back around to the ace. I'm almost expecting an ace here to be in the mystery card. Mystery card should be an ace, I think. But let's see. We're going here to the path of the serpent. And as I do this, I would like to remind you that it is very important to watch these readings all the way till the end. It really helps out the algorithm, keeps it happy. And hit the like button. Subscribe while you're here, okay? So general energy now is this Queen of Swords. I feel like we're getting a new perspective on things. I feel like now we've kind of, we're starting to see this divine assistance. We're starting to now kind of open ourselves up and let this divine energy in, even if this, it's difficult to really explain because it is this spiritual assistance, this divine energy, these blessings coming in. But again, I feel like they're manifesting through different people, different things, divine timing, synchronicity, the right thing, the right people being in the right place at the right time for you. Okay. So I think we're starting to realize that this is still you doing this. You are still making these accomplishments, but we need that divine assistance. We need to work in harmony. We need to be part of you're not separate from the universe, right? We're opening those doors. Well, we need the hinges to work, right? We need the lock mechanism to work. We need gravity to work. We need the atmosphere to work. All the people that went into building the library and that door and every piece of the door and the glass, right? And the decals on it, that's a library. We needed all those things to come together in the perfect symphony so that we can open the door. And yes, opening the door is a metaphor for making progress in our life, for taking advantage, for opening doorways to the next phase of our lives, the next opportunity, the next kind of leveling up. So I think we're getting a different perspective on this, and we're trying to be more accepting. We're trying to bring everything together in this dance, this symphony, right? Rather than rejecting this energy as I'm doing it myself. Now it's kind of like I'm doing this as part of this whole thing. There's a big difference between letting somebody else open the door for you and everybody kind of coming together to make that moment happen where you can open your own doors, right? There's still cooperation no matter how you look at it. So we might as well be open and see it this way and begin to welcome this energy in, because I think you're going to end up having a lot more what might feel like luck, right? Because now we're working in harmony. We're going with the flow of the universe. Everything is working together. It makes things easier. So it might feel a little smoother. It might feel like luck. I wonder if the mystery card will be the Wheel of Fortune. And in the environment, we see this 9, and this is important because I think it represents the daytime and the nighttime, right? It represents the Sagittarius, but also the Gemini energy. It's the connection of self with the not self, of the conscious with unconscious, with mind and heart, with external and internal. So if you look at the astrological wheel and you find Sagittarius, you look at the sign that's exactly opposite that, right? And when we can include that, that's maybe what Jung called the shadow self, right? It's the unconscious self, the silent self. The sum total of the unconscious personified into a type of ego, right? A type of center. So that combination is what really gives you strength. And that, again, is realizing that it's not me pushing against the entire world, but it's me as the entire world, and we're all pushing together, right? We all have our part to play in this. You may be the one opening the door, but everybody is contributing to that moment. And that's real strength, because then you have the force of the entire universe behind you. There's nothing you can't accomplish, right? So this Taurus energy here that we're rejecting, I think we're starting to welcome this in a little bit more. And this is some very fixed earth energy. It is just, it's the established system of work, right, of the universe. Things are always functioning. There's never a moment of stillness. The world, the universe never rests, right? Individual pieces and people and, it's always nighttime somewhere, sure, but it's always daytime somewhere as well, right? So there's always this activity. It's a relatively a constant thing. So I think we're welcoming this. And it could be, yes, it could be a particular Taurus person in your life. Or Gemini. There's that shadow Gemini aspect here. But I think it's coming through a Taurus type of energy. It could be someone you know. It could be an individual, really, who's trying to assist you in this current project. And I think we need to understand how accepting this assistance isn't us relinquishing control or admitting weakness or anything like that. And if anything, it's adding to our strength, right? It's proving how strong we are that we can cooperate in this way. It doesn't mean letting somebody do it for you, right? The final card here is the Five of Cups. This is that harmony that we're talking about. This is the kind of the synchronicity, the ease, the smoothness with which we're functioning in the world, right? This is the pleasure that's generated from you accomplishing these things, from going from fire to earth, fire to earth. See, fire and earth, on this channel, you've probably heard me say it a million times. I love fire and earth. I love going from will, from impulse, from spiritual, inspiration, directly to results, right? We get the water and the air kind of interferes with what we're accomplishing, with our manifestation. This is the goal, from fire to earth. Of course, there's air and water to deal with too. This water comes at the end. This is the satisfaction of a job well done, right? This is kind of the victory over ourselves and maybe our rejection of this kind of divine cooperation. This is the realization that our harmony, our cooperation with the world, with the people around us, with doors, with everything, is a reflection of the order of heaven, let's say, right? The harmony of heaven reflected here on earth. Because the sixes are the reflection of the ace, right? The ace is that spiritual unity, right? The heavens. And it's reflected into the six. And the six, of course, reflects down into the 10, into manifestation. So this is the realization that we are working in perfect accordance, perfect harmony with the divine will, the divine plan. And then we, in turn, are able to reflect that down into the manifested world with the results, with the actions that we're taking and the world that we're building here physically. So I think this is a very good card to end with. This feels really good. But let's look at the mystery card now. We are running out of time here. This video's going a little bit long. I thought this might be an ace of something. But I'd like to maybe see another 6. Maybe another Lovers, Gemini energy. Maybe a 9 of Pentacles even here, right? Let's see what we've got. Oh, interesting. The Death card. There is no more fundamental order, structure, or harmony than this Death card. This is as abstract as we can get as far as the divine harmony goes. This is not a negative card. This is not an evil card. This is a card that Well, for one thing, it represents Scorpio, which is, if I'm thinking correctly, is the opposite of the Taurus energy. So it could be that this Taurus energy is really giving you a deeper awareness of the more cosmic rhythm of life, the cosmic rhythm of yourself and existence and how we're all connected, and how this process doesn't slow down, doesn't speed up. It's the constant, like, symphony of the world. And everything is transforming constantly. Nothing is stagnant, right? It may look like this card's not moving, but this is just a snapshot. This is just a still frame of the universe. This figure and this horse are slowly moving forward. Death is in no rush. Evolution, change, transformation, whatever you want to call it, it is in no rush. And I think that this can be a very scary experience when we are rejecting the, rejecting the other energy, I guess. When we're resisting, like we kind of saw here, where we're just saying no to this Taurus energy. By saying no to this Taurus energy, right, because Scorpio is the opposite of Taurus, by saying no to the Taurus energy, we are, by proxy, saying no to the most fundamental order in the universe, right? The most fundamental thing, right? The simplest, the most basic, it's underneath everything, is this kind of transformation. Nothing escapes it. Everything is a part of it. That's why death is in no rush, right? So we reject this and we have some discord. We reject it and maybe we have a little bit of this fear for that moon card, fear of the unknown, kind of. So I like this as a confirmation card. I feel like we are coming to this understanding, acceptance, awareness of the bigger picture of life, right? And this is the thing that reduces everybody to the same level, right? On a very, very fundamental level, we are all the same. We are all one. We all cooperate. Whether we like it or not, we're all connected. I think this is a good confirmation card. We are going to do an extended. If you want to stick around, click on the link in the corner or in the description box. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings. New readings come out every day, 6 a.m. Chicago time. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss your next reading. I want to thank you so much for being here, and thank you for letting me read for you.